and biases. Tell us a little bit more about this judge from Maryland.
Well, the background is revealing. Most federal judges come to the bench in a more conventional way. Normally, they're esteemed members of the local bar, practiced for years, if not decades, in the state. This particular judge had an interesting history. He only became a member of the Bar Association in this state, in Maryland, the year before he was picked. So he'd only been a member of the bar for essentially a year. He has a background very different than most federal judges. His background is one that's steeped in Democrat activism, racial identity politics, working for organizations that promote open borders, like the Massachusetts Law Reform Institute, which is a George Soros-funded organization. If you look at his history in detail, it's race, identity politics, and Democrat activism.
So, Jay Christian, I mean, help us unpack that a little bit. Does that, in your sense, then, was the resistance to President Trump's order? Were they cherry picking? Were they looking for? Did they approach this judge and say, "We need this"? I mean, it's all theorizing. We don't know exactly what happened, but is that how it happens?
Of course they did. They picked the district court in Greenbelt, Maryland, because if you look at the roster of judges there, they knew they were more likely to get a ruling that they wanted. This is classic left-wing lawfare, where first of all, you infest the courts with people who don't believe in the rule of law, who don't believe in the Constitution. This particular judge worked on a law review article criticizing the Constitution, birthright citizenship provisions, wanted different ways to get citizenship in the United States.
Let me read you his statement on this executive order, what the judge had to say. The history of public statements continues to provide a convincing case that the purpose of the second executive order remains the realization of the long-envisioned Muslim ban. Those are not my words. Those are the words of the judge. He's pointing to the history of Trump's words on the campaign trail.
Yeah, this is a judge, by the way, who worked on the Obama campaign in 2008. He worked for the Democrat Party right up until his nomination. So he views the world through a political lens, I'd say. Of course, presidents are entitled to pick whomever they want, and President Obama picked this judge. But understand, this judge used to work in the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department, where I used to work. And the worldview of this judge is that he can find racial discriminatory intent with almost anywhere. I've written about this, and people think picnics are racially discriminatory at the Civil Rights Division where I worked. So, it's not hard when you pick somebody like this.
All right. Jay Christian Adams, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.